Well, hello there guys, and welcome to another Ultimate General Gettysburg multiplayer battle. I am actually playing as the Confederates this time against the Union forces, and I guess I'm basically just trying to form a defensive perimeter here to go ahead and take on the Federals. This is the night battle scenario in which the enemy has to try and take all of these positions basically just with the troops they have. I think so far the setup is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and bring the Tigers down. This may be a mistake over here into this wooded area to sort of provide some more support. And I'm also going to bring Tanner and Garber up, these units of cannons, as well as the 2nd Corps. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to use all of the advice Darth gave me in our interview, which, by the way, if you guys have not seen it, I would highly suggest taking a look at it. It's the last Ultimate General Gettysburg video I did with the creator of the game himself. Pretty awesome honor. And let's go ahead and get Carrington on shell shot duty. Same with Green, shell shot duty. I'm not interested in just firing off a few light volleys at these guys. I want to blow them to bits. Or else they're going to absolutely succeed in charging and succeeding in that charge. I'm actually going to move Gordon up here and Avery up here. I actually wish I had done that before. It's a little late now, but we'll go ahead and move them up, and we'll move Smith up as well. I just don't want to get in the way of the cannons. That's my main concern. So actually, I may go ahead and hold here with Gordon and hold here with Avery, just to give the cannons a chance to keep sounding off here at the enemy. In fact, I might move Green up a little bit. But I just want to make sure that we get a nice volley of fire here on the enemy troops, and that we have sort of an eye on all parts of the battlefield, so that if the enemy's making a major push, we can see that happening before it happens. So here we go. And by the way, I'm not at all suggesting that I'm going to win this, not in the slightest. Just because Darth gave me advice, excuse me. I am way out of practice. This is not a game. Although I love this game, I honestly must say I play this game much more on campaign mode than I do multiplayer, primarily because I get my ass handed to me a lot of the times. So I'm going to go ahead and try my best here. I've had some nice battles, but at the same time, I could have done better. And it looks like Kane is moving up the hill here. I don't like that one bit, even though he's a small unit. Really don't want him moving up our hills. Okay, here we go. Kane is taking a pretty rough pounding, and I think it's time to put Carrington maybe on canister shot duty. He may be close enough. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so he's definitely close enough. Let's move over here and make sure all these guys are on canister shot, or shell shot at least. That looks good enough. Nickel over here. I'm actually going to go ahead and set him up in a better position, because I can see that Eustace is going to try to attack us over here on the right flank. So I'm going to go ahead, get him like this, and I might even bring Jones out. We've got Nickel firing. Pretty nice volley there. Jones and Stonewall's brigade. Wow, that's a lot of enemy units. That is frightening. I think I'll keep Jones back for some much-needed support if it comes to that. And it does look like the enemy is trying to make me think that he's going for this position, but in reality, he's actually just pushing in the center, as well as the sort of northeast area. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hold those positions, and I may even take Gordon's unit over here. It's a little risky, but I'm going to take Gordon's unit and move out, and try to get over here so that I can support the Louisiana Tigers. In fact, I'll move Gordon's unit sort of over here. That seems better. Let's look what's going on here. Wow, a lot. Okay, I'm going to get Jones in a position, so we will definitely start moving them into the position here. There's definitely a bit of room for reserve, obviously. I'll move these guys to canister shot, because obviously canister shot at close range is the most devastating form of fire. You can absolutely wipe out, 20, 30 men with one shot. And at this point, you can see the enemy has a massive amount of infantry moving in our positions. And that's really the point of this battle, is to be able to repel this huge influx of Union infantry. So we're going to do our absolute best. I don't know why Stewart is moving back. That's not good. Let's go ahead and have Stewart open up here. It looks like Gordon has already started moving forward. That's good, actually. I want him to go ahead and fire on McDougal, or possibly on Ruger, actually. Although now that McDougal's popped up, I may actually fall back. Yes, we're definitely going to fall back. I'll go ahead and wait for them to fire a volley. There we go. Maybe not. Maybe we'll stay in position. Things seem to be going better than expected. We'll go ahead and have Avery face these guys. The same with Smith. facing Candy. I want to make sure that the center is still holding. I'm actually surprised it is. We'll go ahead and move to canister shot, and it looks like, wow, is this the enemy attempting a charge? I believe it is. Green is trying to do a charge here, guys. I'm going to take the Stonewall Brigade and charge down the hill. I think that this will give us a bonus for the downhill charge. Again, this is all a guess. I don't know if this is actually the case, but I certainly hope it is. And we'll go ahead and move Stewart in as well, and go for the downhill charge with Stewart too. So let's go ahead, hit the downhill charge button, because at this point the enemy is really making a push here to try and take all of our positions. And that's the last thing we want. So let's go ahead and make sure Nickel is firing at Eustis. Jones, I want him firing at Eustis too. This guy is creeping me out. And let's also get these generals up here to sort of provide as much support as possible. Oh man, I'm being overrun. I don't think I expected such a devastating attack by the Union. Looks like we managed to repel them over here on the west, so I'll start trying to move these troops over. But things aren't looking good at all. Here we go. Wow, actually our charge seems to have hasn't really done its job, but we're at least keeping the enemy really busy here with Stonewall's brigade, you can see, and also Stewart's brigade. Now the morale is dropping quickly, and that's something that I worry about, although Stonewall's brigade's morale is perfect. They're not even phased. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to charge with Nickel, guys. This is a crazy idea, but you know what? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go ahead here with Jones. And Jones is going to try and hold the line. In fact, I think we may be able to go ahead and take Jones and charge. The thing I worry about here is Eustis taking our position. So let's actually stay put. So go ahead and hold. It looks like Stonewall and Nickel are doing great here against Torbert, Bartlett, and Russell. And the same with Stewart. So we've got to keep this up, guys. We really, really do. I'm going to go ahead. I really want to run with Avery, although I know that's not the best idea. Looks like Ruger is being a bit safer with the Louisiana Tigers, but one problem is the fact that we're being flanked over here by Butler, so I'm going to go ahead and fall back into the forest. At night, hopefully we get some much better cover than we would in the daytime. I'll move Smith over here. And let's take a look over here again. Okay, Stewart back. All right, everybody seems to be making the enemy run. I want to get everybody back on the hill now. Let's get everybody back on the hill, back into position. That was actually pretty good. That actually seemed to have worked out all right. Let's move the second corps up. Make sure that Wheaton here is finished. Actually, I want to keep firing at Eustis. I don't want Eustis to have any chance of coming back to this battle. The problem here is with Stewart. Stewart is actually wavering quite significantly. So I really do want to get these guys back up on the hill to the point where they can basically start sort of increasing that morale that they had before and hopefully survive another assault. Right now, we really need Stewart to get his act together and get back into position. We also need Nickel and Stonewall to do the same. But I think that charge had the effect I wanted it to have, and that was to stop that major Union attack. Don't know if it's going to help us all together in the end. I'm not sure just how useful it's going to be, but I like to think it made a difference. So here we go. The Tigers are actually going to get a good chance at firing here at Lockwood, and it does look like the enemy is making another counter charge, which is kind of scary, to say the least. So I want to go ahead and make sure Jones is in position. We'll hold here. I want Nickel also to hold, despite his morale being absolutely terrible at the moment. And Stewart here is just going to have to make do. Stonewall and Stewart pulling back does not make me happy at all. The enemy really dislodged a lot of artillery there, and that obviously is going to be a problem. And it looks like now the enemy's pushing really hard on that right flank. We're going to go ahead and just do our best to hold the remaining flanks we have. Get Gordon. I'll actually get Carrington to move over here. And 3,500, wow, I'm amazed we still have this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move the second corps back here. I'm not actually sure if being in close proximity to a general makes your morale rise faster. I've always thought it does, but we'll soon see. And at this point, we're going to be the ones trying to take this hill, because the enemy is attacking us on all sides. It's going to be very hard for Jones to hold this position. Although, I must say, his morale is exceptional. For a unit that's wavering, or for a unit that's being shot at so badly. So I'm going to see if we can get Nickel in the fight. Obviously, we can't run with him, because if we run with him, he's immediately going to retreat. Otherwise, I think we can just kind of continue doing what we're doing. Let's hold Smith. Let's hold with Gordon. And let's make sure Green is firing canister shot as well, right into the enemy. I actually think I probably should have been firing more canister shot this round than I was. Whether or not that's going to cost me, we will soon see. All right, we've got Kane on the run. Again, that's not that surprising. Kane has few, if any, men in his brigades, but it's a start. And over here, it does look like the enemy is charging into Jones. They're making their sort of sandwich attack here, as you can see, bringing Eustace in to support Wheaton on the attack on Jones. And it's actually amazing how I love how Garth has made some updates here. Now that they're in close combat, you can kind of see they're not just fighting with bayonets, they're also firing their muskets, which is very realistic. Because if you're going to be in close combat, you're not just going to fight with your bayonet. If you have rounds in that rifle, you're going to shoot. I mean, it's that simple. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to bring Louisiana Tigers over here. They are under fire right now, so this may not work, but we're going to try anyway. And we're going to keep firing here. Almost tempted to attempt to charge. What is wrong with you, Agrippa? But I really am. I'm thinking if I go for a charge against Ruger here, and I can dislodge him, who knows what would happen. Although again, I don't really want to take the risk. It's a big risk to take. And if it doesn't go as planned, we're in deep, deep trouble. Alright, we lost Wolf's Hill. I was hoping this wouldn't occur, but it does look like it finally has. The enemy has definitely taken this position, and probably with that constant stream of men, even with our charges, it didn't make much of a difference. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull the Tigers back. I'm going to pull the rest of these guys back, pull Nickel back, pull Stonewall Brigade back, and we're going to retreat to the second defensive position over here. I think that's really the best thing we could do. Take a look. It's so, as you guys can see, night has truly taken over now. I'm actually having trouble seeing, although I do also have a lot of glare on my screen from the sunlight outside, but I'm having trouble seeing what's going on here. So we really do need to keep this position here. We'll go ahead and hold. I believe at this point, if we don't hold these two positions, we will lose the battle. So we really do want to go ahead and do our best to hold these areas. And again, I've never ever said that I am a Ultimate General pro or anything like that, not even close. I play this game because I enjoy playing it. It's fun. I like the Civil War, what can I say? So that's really the reason that I put these videos up, and I really appreciate you guys giving them the views that you do and the comments that you do, trying to help me out in my game. Here I'm really curious to see as to what I did wrong. I think it's a combination of maybe not firing enough, not using my artillery enough, and also a combination of formations here, because I've noticed that the enemy is getting really, really good diagonal shots on me, and I'm trying to replicate that with the enemy, but it's not working out the way I expected it to. Let's go put Avery over here in reserve. Actually, this is what I want to do with him, and I'll let him fire his volley first. These guys are just going to have to sit back and basically wait for the enemy assault. I'm just going to have them hold. I'll turn the Louisiana Tigers this way, turn Stewart's Brigade this way. I want to make sure that I am not only topographically correct here. Alright, perfect. So we want to go ahead and put these guys on top of the hill, period. I like that. Let's get this guy up here. This guy up here. Yeah, we're moving to the top of the hill. Same with Jones. Go, Jones. Get out of here, man. No reason for him to be there. And we probably want to get some reinforcements over here. Let's send the Tigers over. Avery to actually get into position. I might actually run with Avery. Holy shit. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, guys. I'm going to have to run with Avery. Okay, we'll hold now, and I'm going to go ahead and turn Avery this way. I hope he can make a difference, but it does look like the enemy has once again managed to take this position. I'll try to go to the top of the hill here with all of these units, but this is going to be rough. This is Custer's last stand a la Confederacy is what it is. But we're going to try anyway, so here we go. Alright, Gord's actually repelled a unit. I'm surprised by that, and I really want him to start moving over there to the top of the hill. Let's get Smith here. Alright, his morale is pretty awful. We're going to go ahead and have him charge, though, just to sort of confuse the enemy a little bit. Maybe take them off their guard for a bit. And I'm probably going to do the same with Avery, but actually I might just wait for him to get to the top of the hill here. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, Smith is charging into McDougal. We're going to go ahead and have Avery charge. Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. At this point, we have nothing to lose. We've got to try everything. And Jones, I told you to retreat. Damn it, Jones. Damn it, Jones, every time. Let's go ahead and, okay, Gordon is getting into position 2, but he's taking the sweet time, and so are the Tigers. And I honestly can't blame them. This is a rough hill to get up. You just look at the topography of the hill right there, and it's tough. This is not an easy climb, especially since these guys' condition is so bad. Just imagine fighting all day and being asked to run up a very, very steep hill. You know, it's not easy work. So we're going to go ahead. We may have to go and just focus on firing at the enemy here, but we really do want to get that uphill advantage, so I'm going to keep suggesting that our units keep moving forward, despite Ruger being over here. He can get some pretty nasty glancing shots on us, but if they get to the top of that hill, we're finished. And it does look like we're giving some of their units some trouble, so that makes me happy. Our Confederates are great with the charges, obviously. That's one of the benefits of the Confederacy, great charging ability. So I'm going to go ahead here with Gordon. He's got a great morale. And I'm going to try to charge into Ruger. This is, again, pretty crazy, but I'm thinking I'm going to use the Confederate benefit of the offensive charge and go ahead and just try to crush the enemy. As you can see, McDougal's already on the run. I think we'll get the Tigers up here. Gordon is going into attack, and Smith even might be up for a fight. Let's go ahead and see if Smith will go and charge. Actually, we'll have Smith join the Louisiana Tigers on top of the hill if we can get there in time. Wow. Let's make sure all these guys are turned the right way. Obviously, they're not. Same with our cannons. Let's go ahead and turn that the right way. The Stonewall Brigade can go here. Nickel can go probably here is good. Let's see what's going on in this section. Wow, our men are actually repelling the invaders, guys. Look at this. Gordon is charging into Ruger here. We're going to do our absolute best. But at this point, it looks like, yeah, this is working out a little better than what we did before. I mean, is it going to hold? Is it going to succeed for the whole battle? I don't know. I'd like to think it would. Let's go ahead and can we fall back? We'll definitely fall back with Avery. And this allows us to sort of get a defensive position on the hill. I'm going to just hold with Gordon. Looks like we can get the Tigers and Smith up here. This is awesome. So let's go ahead and do that and have Avery set up a defensive perimeter here. Just want to see what's going on in this section. Wheaton actually is having some trouble. Let's switch this over to shell shot so that we can assist Jones in firing at Wheaton. Looks like he's trying to push into that central flank, or that central position, I should say. Pretty interesting, but I want to go ahead and get these guys into a better position, as I said before. Let's get Avery to sort of do this. We'll get the Tigers to sort of hang up like that. That's cool. And we'll get Smith over here, because right now McDougal is being just an asshole and absolutely firing into Gordon's flank. I hate when they do that, but part of the old battle. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm thinking of bringing the 2nd Corps. No, I think we could stay put, because, well, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. We're going to have to just stay put. I hope that our Confederate defenders here can go ahead and put up a great fight against McDougal. We're going to have all 3 of these guys firing on him now, so that should assist him in maybe pulling back a little bit. Looks like Gordon finally broke. That sucks, but look at McDougal, Atwell, Rigg, the rest of these guys pulling back. That may help us in the end. I'm going to go ahead and reposition Smith. Obviously, now we have to deal with these guys over here. And it looks like the enemy is going for that old attack on Benner's Hill. The grand attack on Benner's Hill, and this is not going to be fun for me. We're going to have to really just hope for the absolute best. I may actually bring Jones in for a charge here in the enemy flank. See what happens, or maybe just start firing at the enemy flank. I think that is actually sufficient. Let's just do that. We'll also, okay, just want to make sure Nickel is going to start firing. Looks like Bartlett's going to make the first charge up the hill here. Leading the Union charge, of course. Go ahead and make sure Stewart targets him. Come on, Stewart. You can shoot. There we go. Yes. All right, Bartlett looks to be falling back. And, of course, I'm just going to hold with Stewart, hold with the Stonewall Brigade right there. Hold. And just try our best to just keep these positions. Let's go ahead and get Gordon up again. Wow, these men are fighting for every last inch of their lives, guys. I mean, they are just really trying to crush the enemy here. I'm not going to move from my position. I'm not going to do any charges. I'm just staying put. I want to see if the enemy charge will actually fail here. I really hope it does, but again, it might not. The enemy might succeed, and in fact, I think right now I'll charge the Stonewall Brigade since we're in such close proximity to the enemy. And we'll go ahead and countercharge with Stewart. So let's go ahead, we'll countercharge. The enemy is taking also the position. That's another reason that I'm doing this. I want to make absolutely sure that we can beat the enemy here. You can see they have secured Benner's Hill. We definitely want to make the charge now, and I also want to make the charge with Stewart. Come on, Stewart, what are you doing, man? All right, here we go. Stewart and Nickel going in for the major charge. We're also going to bring Jones in. I want to try to get a pincer movement here on the enemy. We may even bring Gordon in to help. Why the hell not? I mean, we're doing pretty good at holding out the position against McDougal and Ruger. Let's see if we can get him in here. All right, there we go. The Stonewall Brigade. Charge, Stonewall. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and assist. And Stewart, actually, he doesn't really want to get involved in this fight, which is annoying the hell out of me. Because if we can get him in here, we may definitely, almost certainly win this hill fight. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Really want to take this area back. Jones is still having quite a rifle fight here with this unit, whatever it is. I have no idea what it is at this point. Let's go ahead and get Stewart. Stay put, Stewart. Yeah, we don't really need to do any more charging as far as I can tell. Although the Stonewall Brigade will charge. They're crazy like that. Let's go ahead and see if we can just fire some volleys here. We know the enemy's going to charge. Russell's going to attack us, so we can try to reform, but I don't think we have time. Let's go ahead and just try to get to the top of the hill and keep firing those volleys down. Alright, Stonewall is still being Stonewall. And it looks like the enemy is now making an assault on this position. I don't like that because Smith and the Louisiana Tigers are greatly damaged from the battle, as you guys could probably imagine. So we really have to do our best to hold this area. We really want to take this position back. So let's try to do that. I want to hold the Stonewall Brigade. Just hold. See if we can do that. And we'll bring Jones in if we can get him away from this battle here, or this conflict, and try to retake the hill. So let's go. We're moving Stewart back up the hill. Torbert's still up there, although I must say his men are pretty badly damaged, so hopefully we can make him pull back without thinking much about it. But really I want to fire at Neal. I'm not too concerned about Torbert. We've damaged him quite a bit, and right now our main concern is going to be Neal and the rest of these guys, as well as Ruger and McDougal here on this left flank. So as you guys can see, they're definitely making a move. I think I want to bring Gordon up this way. Hopefully he can get there in time. The Louisiana Tigers are putting up a good fight against Ruger here, and he's either going for a charge or he is very close to breaking. Either of which I think in this case is going to hopefully help me. So here we go. Yeah, it looks like, no, it's a charge. It's definitely a charge. He would have broken. He certainly would have broken already. We're going to go ahead and try to get Smith up here. Right, here we go. Avery's about to get another volley off. I'd love the Tigers to get one more volley. Come on, Tigers. One more volley might actually make these guys pull back. All right, there we go. Ruger's pulling back. Let's go ahead and focus on McDougal now, at least partially. And I want to see what's going on here in the center. Oh, man. The enemy is... absolutely have to keep moving forward on this location. No other way. We're basically kind of doing a counterattack here, while being still on top of the hill. But we're both just fighting over this position. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get everybody to focus on one unit here, because that way we can make them retreat a lot faster. As you can see, Wheaton's going to pull back here really fast. There we go. And now we'll go ahead and focus on Torbert and Eustis. Let's go ahead and get these guys, move them up little by little. All right. Oh boy, the enemy has pushed us off the left flank for sure. Doesn't look like there's much we can do here. Avery's trying to hold it, but doesn't seem to be working very much. Let's see. It's actually a very odd battle because the numbers of the fighting units are actually not changing almost at all, which leads me to believe that these guys are like basically just shaking hands and decided not to fight. But anyway, we've got another Union charge up this hill with Eustis. Eustis is a brigade that's giving me a lot of trouble this battle. Obviously, one of the brigades that's actually stayed fairly fit the whole battle hasn't really retreated much. So I want to go ahead and bring Gordon here and see if we can't retake this position with a nice, timely assault. Stewart actually is in a perfect position to charge right down the hill into Eustis. Problem is, I didn't consider that Shaler would be down here to provide supporting fire. That might definitely hurt us, but we're going to go ahead and keep this charge up no matter what. I'm really just going to keep on moving with Stewart because I want to retake this hill. It's that simple. Whatever we have to do to retake it, we'll do it. And here we go. Stewart is actually charging right into... Look at this! Stewart, keep going, man. He's charging right into the Union lines, and if he may even be able to make Shaler move back, I really hope he does. All right, let's hold with the Louisiana Tigers. We're going to hold with Smith. See, I should have been watching both parts of this battle. But when I start focusing on one, obviously things change. We're going to go ahead and try to fire into Ruger, and I'm going to have Smith just hold his position, like I said. Really not much else I want to do. Start shooting into Shaler here. Come on, Gordon. Just got to start getting those volleys off, man. Nickel is getting close here, and so is Jones. Both are in a position to charge. But I'm actually going to charge with Stewart here again, and just basically further confuse the enemy. It looks like we're making Shaler pull back. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and try and turn here on the enemy units. In fact, I want to get Stewart to charge here. We are winning at Benner's Hill, so we're slowly, hopefully, taking back this position. Again, that's a big maybe, but certainly not getting the total defeat that I expected, let me put it that way. We are managing to put up a fight. Whether or not that fight is of much help, I have no clue. Let's go ahead and start falling back with Stewart at this point, and I'm worried that the moment we fall back with Stewart is the moment that we lose this hill again. But you know what? We've got to try. We're going to go ahead. We did secure Benner's Hill, but it does look like we're about to lose it very, very quickly, so I'm just going to try to get as many units up here as possible to defend. The same with this area right here, and it looks like the poor Louisiana Tigers, I mean, they have been through hell and back. Those guys have just fought like crazy, but it looks like they're finally pulling back, and I can't blame them. Alright, here we go. I'll fight to the last man. No, Avery, stop. Stop, Avery. Just hold there. That was actually slightly better positioning anyway for Avery. So let's go ahead and do this. Wow, a lot of enemy artillery here. I don't like that one bit. There's really not much we can do about it. The battle is delayed, and I don't think anybody's surprised about that. With fighting over these positions, them taking this position, us taking it back, vice versa. I mean, this is what happens. So we're going to go ahead and just really try to hold on to the positions we already have. But the reason that the battle is delayed, obviously, is the fact that the enemy is still pushing on these positions. We're still pushing on these positions at the top, and the battle is still very much up for grabs, although I think he has the advantage here, especially with Neil and the advantage in artillery here. He's got more men than I do in this battle, but that's not the reason I lost. The reason I think I lost here is poor positioning, poor planning, me being rusty. But I do hope to just keep playing the game. And actually, even Darth suggested, he's like, man, don't just do videos on the game, like, play multiplayer by yourself, which I never do. Every video I upload, you guys can even take a look at the amount of games I played. Every single time I play Ultimate General Gettysburg, I upload a multiplayer video, unless I'm playing campaign. So that's something to consider. Of course, now, look at that, man. Bartlett is going nuts. We're going to try to take this hill, but yeah, it's looking pretty rough. Well, I guess we'll have Avery charge. That seemed to have worked last time. Of course, now it may be a little too late, but you know, we might as well take the risk. So let's go ahead and we'll charge with Avery, and let's see what's going on over here. Oh boy, we lost Benner's Hill. No, the battle might not be delayed for much longer, my friends. But we're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. Battle is delayed. Well, I think that's it. I think the enemy has definitely won here. And at this point, we have certainly been pushed back. But I gave it the best shot I could. I mean, what else can I do, right? It looks like we're somehow, by some miracle, still holding this left flank. But the enemy will be taking that back pretty soon here. So, let's see. Gordon is in a lot of trouble here. I'm going to hold with Gordon. Also hold with Louisiana Tigers. Right now, we're just trying to save as many men as we can, if at all possible. And I'm not going to move forward with any of these guys because, to be honest, the morale is so low and the condition especially so low that if I start marching these guys at all, they're going to run right away. So I think my best bet is to just stay put, fire some volleys, hope to get some lucky shot placement. But otherwise, yeah, this battle is pretty much over. We'll go ahead and actually try to end it a bit sooner here. I don't like to just surrender. That's not sportsmanlike. Let's actually go ahead and move forward and look at that. Shaler is ready to go. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, Shaler is very ready to go. He kept him back as a reserve unit. He had attacked with him earlier, and I remember making him run. But wow, definitely came back in force. Luckily, we're still pounding here on Lockwood, just bullying the crap out of poor Lockwood. He's just been getting shot at left and right, but he's got enough men to handle it. So let's go ahead and do one final charge here, if we can even muster a charge. I doubt we can, or at least one final attempt to take back this hill, but dealing with Shaler is not going to be easy, as you guys can imagine. Let's go ahead. Firing. We also want to get into better cover. Although at this position, I don't see the point. Wow, that's a hell of a bloodbath. And Avery, Avery is behind the enemy lines. I mean, if we had more units like Avery in our army, we would just crush the enemy. I think another thing I'm going to do next time I play as Confederacy is I'm going to be much more aggressive. Because those charges, like that initial charge in the beginning, that crushed the enemy. They were just like, it just totally destroyed their entire formation. Totally confused them, but of course, immediately the enemy sort of came back there and did a countercharge, and that messed things up. So I don't know what the protocol is with charges. Do I keep charging, or do I stop the charge at some point and press the hold button? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to actually get the answer to that question. But right now it does look like our men have suffered a total defeat. I'm going to go ahead and take the poor man's route of surrendering and just basically go ahead and just pull everybody back. And hope that that's enough for the game to realize that Agrippa has no fight left in him. As much as I like to see my own rebels getting shot, it's not working out. Although look at that carpet of Union dead. I'd like to think that we made it really, really hard for the enemy to win this battle. Maybe not. Maybe not really hard. Maybe we at least put up a decent fight. But it definitely looks like at this point the enemy has won for sure. I'm going to go ahead and just, yeah, I'll keep attacking. Why not? He's going to go ahead and take everything he has and basically charge into this position. It's amazing that Avery's still here. I'll go ahead and charge with Avery again, just for shits and giggles. I think it's hilarious that Avery's still on this hill and still managing to make Union soldiers retreat. Looks like Wheaton here is firing. Despite firing into their own men, they're going to go ahead and just fire the canister shot. You can see a lot of Shaler's guys go down, but they did manage to pull Avery back, and that's the important thing. Let's go ahead and Jimmy Stewart. For some reason, whenever I see Stewart, I just think Jimmy Stewart. Let's go ahead. I'm amazed that the battle's actually still continuing. That's really weird. No explanation for that at all. I'm thinking it might just be Avery hanging back here, making the AI think. And I know I'm not playing the AI here. We've got ping, but I mean like the AI of the actual game itself think that I'm still trying for a push on this location when I'm really not. I'm totally accepting the fact that I am beaten right now. So let's just go ahead and let this end. And there we go. The enemy's going to do the one final sort of slap to the face and attempt another charge. There he goes. Lockwood's going to pull back. Green and Bartlett, very good. I'm going to go ahead and give him the GG. I'll post this video on my channel. I guess I'm going to have to, of course, my name is already Max on YouTube. So there we go. I hope that he does check out the video because I really want to see or hear from him, from his perspective, what I could do to improve. And it does look like the battle is about to end in 3 minutes 20 seconds. Yes, it is definitely ending now. Night is fast fading away. Well, no, it's still 22:54. What am I talking about? We're not even at midnight yet. This is terrifying. I can't imagine what it's going to be like for the wounded that are still on the field at night. And look at that, the battle's delayed again. What? Wow, ridiculous. All right then. Let's go ahead and I guess once again the enemy thinks his name is P Sound Audio. So P Sound Audio, if you do check the channel out, thanks man. Drop a comment below. I'll go ahead and make the charge. Why the hell not? I'll make the attack. Just because it seems that the AI kind of wants me to. It seems to be wanting to delay the battle, so we'll go ahead and do our best. Fight for the Confederacy and such. Alright, here we go. Major push by the Union, obviously. Here, Eustis is moving up, and they're they're just trying to finish us off. I do the same thing in his position. He's trying to just basically push me off the battlefield. It's embarrassing to say, but that's exactly what he's going for, and what he very well may succeed at. As you can see here, our men are losing the stomach to fight, although we're making a lot of Union guys fall. Definitely going to be losing more men in the end, I believe, though. We'll have to see. Let's go ahead and we'll just fall back with everybody. Fall back with Louisiana Tigers, fall back with Smith, fall back with Stewart, fall back with the 2nd Corps, and there we go. So now that the PC AI, whatever, sees that I'm actually falling back, it does seem the battle's about to end. I think Darth explained it to me really well. Basically, once you make a push, if you're still making a push on a location, the battle will continue, which is kind of cool. It really gives everybody a chance to win. In this case, of course, all I'm going to do is succeed in giving myself more casualties, so I'm not interested in continuing. I want to get these guys home, get them refitted, and ready for the next battle. That's all I can really do at this point. Like I said again, guys, for those of you that enjoy this game, make sure to go down below and take a look at my actual, excuse me, guys, my previous videos, my video library, and take a look at my interview with Darth. That was such great fun. I'm going to go ahead. I want to see here. The losses were actually pretty similar. I mean, in fact, we actually made the Union lose more men. So, despite me losing this battle, am I upset that I lost? Not particularly. Again, I need a lot of training in this game. I need to keep playing it so that I can actually practice. But I like how that went. And it looks like every single one of our brigades were the top 3 in kills. As you can see, Stewart got 1,918, and Avery with his crazy charges 1,053. So I definitely don't consider it a waste of a battle, and I had a great time. Anyway, guys, if you like that, make sure to post a comment down below, hit that like button, and if my enemy shows up here, make sure to congratulate him on the victory. Take care, guys, and have an awesome, awesome day.